Welcome back, my friends. This is your friend Uttam Chaudhary, and you have started to watch my channel Excel to Excellence. In the series of Excel Quick Buys, there's something very dynamic, something very new, and this is going to actually give you a very pleasant surprise. Now, today we are going to talk about data types and chart maps using which you can do good amount of data consolidation in the space of geography and stocks globally. Also, it is very easy to consolidate data in just flick of a second. So let's go ahead and watch this. But before we continue, please do subscribe my channel Excel to Excellence and do like and subscribe my channel. Also click on the bell icon so that as soon as I drop any video, you do not miss anything. So before we continue, thank you once again. Now, before we continue, let's understand the sheet a little bit. In this workbook, I have created like 5 different sheets. If you look here, there's a sheet which contains the name of all the countries in the world. And then here you have some of these US states. Then I have also consolidated some Indian states and union territories. Some of the shares and the stock name of the stocks of registered with US and some of the Indian stocks. So now what we are going to do here is we are going to first talk about how do we actually make some good data consolidation just by having the names, just by having using the data type. So let's continue. Now, to be able to use data type, you have to go to data tab. Now here, this country is predominantly is something related to geography. So you have to go to data. Before that, you go ahead and select the entire table, and now what you can do is you can go ahead and click on something called under data types. There's something called geography. As soon as you click this, just see what happens. It is trying to convert, data linked types, and and it will take about maybe 5 seconds and convert everything into data, and it gets the data from online. Now if you see, there's some new icon appeared just before the name of the country. Now this is called card, the data card. Now if you click here, you will pretty much see that it is containing a lot of different information about a country, and probably is taking from Wikipedia. So with the help of Bing, powered by Microsoft, what is Bing is doing is actually it is going online and it is trying to bring all of this information onto the sheet. Now see what magic it does. Now if you click here, there's a new icon just like this icon. If you click here, you will get to see that it has been able to fetch all of these different data about all of these countries. So three ways of kind of consolidating and getting the data. One is you can just click here and say if you want to fetch the area of these countries, you just click on this small icon here, the small icon, and click on area. You just see that the area just populates in the flick of a second. Okay. Now another way, you might want to bring the population. So you can also use this particular small icon to choose if you want to bring out the population, or you can directly write population. If you select this, it automatically brings the name, the data of population for each of these countries. Now, the third way you can do is you can say, hey, equal to, go ahead and select this and bring in dot. If you do this, you can, it, these are the different ways you list out the name of these fields. And First, if the first way is you can actually use the icon which I've shown. The second way is you just write the name of the field on the top, and it populates the same thing. And here you can probably select the name of the capital and select the way it is, and it brings the name of the capital of these different countries. Only disadvantage using equal to is that it doesn't bring the name automatically in the as a column header. So go ahead and delete this and say I'll do this one more time. I'll go ahead and say I would want to bring out a capital, and it brings in just in second. Basically, you can see that this information is damn easy to bring out in flick of a second. Now, what I'll do is I will actually take off. So, I'll just create the chart map in order to show you how chart map is damn easy to create in flick of a second, and it's very powerful. It gives you the context very nicely. So I would go ahead and under insert I would go to uh, filled map, and under filled map if you see, just by selecting this, it fetches the entire all the countries of the world, and it lists down here. And based on the population density, it has actually derived you can pretty much see here that China is the most populous country in the world and followed by India. So you see the shading is being done so nicely using the map charts just about here. Insert and go to map chart there. Yeah. So this is one thing that you can do using um, using data types. Let's go to another example, which is I've listed the name of the US states. I would again do the same thing here. So in this case, this is also into the domain of geography. So I would click on geography really, and you would see that the data is, it is trying to link the data. And then the best part is again, now if you want to bring out that, the area, boom, then we can go to say population, you just have it. You can then maybe you might want to bring out the capital city. You might want to bring out the largest city. Yeah. Then you may want to bring out, say, some other data that probably time zones is quite important in case of US. So we do have different time zones, and it would automatically tell you which time zone which state is falling in. And it will definitely let you know all of this information in just flick of a second. Now I would go ahead and create the map charts, and to be able to do that, see how easily it has been able to bring out this information. I guess this is to do with population. Let's see if this is to do with population. Let me go ahead and make it. Yeah, looks like yes. So California is the largest here, and then followed by Texas. So if you see, it just creates a chart, just in the flick of a second. And I can probably change the data type. Maybe I can just extend this to, if I go ahead and create based on the area, I might want to only select this one, these two fields, these two columns, and go to insert, create. Yeah, it probably gives me a feeling that the area of Texas is the biggest. Is that so? Let me look at it. No, Alaska. Yeah, sorry. Alaska seems to be having the biggest area, and then followed by Texas and then California. So you see the shading has been made accordingly. Yeah. So this is another thing that you can do. Now, there's something else which I would want to demonstrate, that you can, if you don't find the data, there's a different way of finding it in case there is an issue. So what I'll do is, I've also taken the name of the Indian states and union territories. I would go ahead and click on geography here. Now, if I click on geography, you will see that it may say that it's not been able to find some of these. It could be the case. So I would go ahead and see, oh, what's the problem? Looks like I have actually, kept two union territories together and it's not able to find one. So I would go ahead and select and it would correct the name. Then I think I missed another one is what I realized. So I would say Daman and Diu and see if it brings the name. So if you see, as soon as I typed, it automatically fetched the data. And this is what you can now see in the list of all the different, uh, you know, the fields that it has been able to fetch. Now, similarly, you can do a search on some of these criterias which your list might not be accurate, and but you can go online, search for it, and make your list accurate to be able to fetch the information. So if I go ahead and select the capital, and then if I go ahead and select the area, and we probably want to select the population. So all of these are so quick to come out and in such a quick moment. So these can be done in a flick of a second. Now, I've also taken the example of US stocks. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and select all of this. And in this case, I will select stocks. If I go here, this probably is able to, fetch the information of all the stocks here. See, it's been able to create the data and the information. So what I'll do is I'll try to fetch some information as what is the what is the price which is 52-week high for these stocks, and it would automatically list all of them. And then if I go ahead and select next information, which is uh, you know okay, number of employees by these companies. So I think the number of employees is in the tune of, let me see, I think it is in thousands. So 423,000 and say about, a big number of employees here. So I'm not sure if it's in thousand or in tens, but yeah, I'm sure that, we can figure that out soon. But you can actually get this information so quickly. Yeah, it's a very good way of consolidating data in a damn easy way. Similarly, we can go ahead and say use the same thing for Indian stocks. And what I would do is I would go ahead. The good part is it's not only limited to India, US, or some of these countries. It would try to actually get you the information of stocks from different countries. And if you have the name of the companies mixed, as in like you don't really, putting the stock of only US or only India, you are putting the stocks of, say, some of the countries of Europe and others, it would still be able to fetch the information of all of this. So let me do this for Indian stocks. And soon as I'm doing this, now see, this is something it is trying to identify, saying, hey, this is Colgate, but I have found the right name as Colgate Palmolive. So I would go ahead and select this. It's trying, so okay. So it is saying Dr. Reddy's lab, it is not able to figure out, but if I say Dr. Reddy's, So the reason is it was written in Dr. Reddy's lab. It was not able to figure that out because the full name is Dr. Reddy's Laboratories. So I would go ahead and probably select this. So in this case also it looks like the similar case. Let's see GlaxoSmithKline, then HCL Technologies. It's only given tech and I believe that's confusing for it. I go ahead and do this. SDFC Bank and say okay, Maruti could be the case if it's not able to find some of these things. You can actually help to create this list. If something is missing, you obviously have the choice to select all of this, but delete. So if you go ahead and do this, it's able to fetch the information. Same is the case with remaining ones. Okay, see here the ultra tech and the cement, the word is not spaced out. So it's not able to identify. As soon as I create that and say in breweries we have S missing there, if I do this, I think it'll be able to figure it out. So Vedanta, yep, there we go. So I think we have been able to bring out all the information, the right name with the code. And now what I'm going to do is I can go ahead and select again the 52-week high. If you notice here, it is giving the currency symbol as rupees versus in this case, since it's a US stock, it's been able to it's giving the symbol as, US dollar. So I would say, okay, what are the number of employees? Hopefully it is able to give that information all well. Some of the data is not clean, but yeah, most of it you are still being able to get that information. So yeah, so the first thing that I would want to say is that using data types, you can actually fetch the information very quickly for geography and stocks. And the good part is you are able to make the chart where in the flick of a second and it gives the representation of how dense the population is in which area based on the number of data that you have. Similarly, in the case of the US, I have been able to get that information. So say if I am only selecting, as I've shown you previously, I'm creating the chart for this one as well. So I go ahead and select these two guys and I go ahead and insert, you know, map and it's able to give me the information. This is really good and powered by Bing, the Microsoft search engine, and it's able to get you that data just in the flick of a second. Yeah. So same is so you can also get the information similarly for US stock and Indian stock. All right, so I think this video was useful for you. Please do let me know by your comments. Do like and subscribe my channel and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that as soon as I drop any new video, you get the notification immediately. Thank you so much.